So here are the three questions we all must be able to answer. And you need to know these answers now. Number one, what will your expenses be at the time of your retirement? You know what they are today, so we start with doing the calculation. What are your expenses today? So we started with that on that 401k. If your expenses today are $5,000, we need to do the analysis, say, what are your expenses? We need to walk it forward. So if your retirement, is 10, 20, 30 years, whatever that number is, we analyze your budget and we say, here's where I'm at today. What are all my expenses? What do I have saved, invested, and how much can I continue to save or invest? We take a look at what are my expenses now? How will I create the investment in to cover your expenses at time of retirement? Now, before I go on, if we look at number one, what will your expenses be at time of your retirement? What percentage of people do you think do that calculation? It's about 10%. About 10% of people do this calculation. You got to do this calculation. You know what your expenses are today? We need to know what they're going to be at time of retirement. When we have that number, whatever that number is, and let's say hypothetically it's $5,000 today, at time of retirement, let's say it's going to be $9,000. Because think about, how many of your bills is inflation going to affect? Oh. The only thing it doesn't affect is the paying off of your house. Your utility bills, your food bills, the fuel bills, the vacation bills, the hotel bills, everything goes up and up and up. The only thing is your mortgage payment. And what ends up happening as the years go by is your mortgage payment actually ends up being kind of a small part of the whole overall picture. It becomes like 10% as the years go by because of inflation on everything else. So you think about it and you think, okay, in 25 years I own my house free and clear, and today 50% of my expenses are my house payment, right? But guess what it is in 25 years? It's 10%. And so 90% of you own your house free and clear, but you got 90% of your bills still, and they're going up. So the question is, how will you create the investment income you need to cover those expenses? So we did calculation one. We know your expenses at time of retirement are going to be, let's say, $8,500 a month. How are you going to come up with $8,500 a month in 25 years? How many people do you think know how to do that calculation? Do you think a financial planner does that calculation with them? No. You know why? It's 100% dependent on their ability to save money. So how can he? He can do a hypothetical and say, well, if you save $10,000 a month, do this and that. But people save what they can. And it's grossly under these numbers. Number three is when. When will you have this very necessary investment income? We can do all three of these calculations. I can show you how and when you will be able to create this income. And think about that. How powerful is that? Calculating where you are and where you're going to be at time of retirement is easy. That's just an inflation calculation. Where it gets more complicated is how we're going to create that income. Number two, and then number three is when. But wouldn't you like to know the when answer? Wouldn't you like to know the timeline? To say, okay, if I do this, this, and this, we lay this out. And the question, though, I'm going to ask you, I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this. Why can we do the when answer, and the financial planners can't? I want you to wrap your mind around that for a moment, okay? Why can we do the when answer and these guys cannot?
Real estate's consistent.
You saw the rent charts. The stability of rents are forecastable at a level that no other investment is. The quality of your life, the security of your retirement, the security of your life is 100% dependent on the reliability, the consistency of the cash flow, the income that's coming in. There is no other investment you're going to find that has a track record of stability of cash flow, of rental income that real estate has. It doesn't exist. There's nothing even close. Because the rental income is detached from the asset itself. It is a separate market-driven service. You're providing this service to people. You've got this business. As long as you keep the property up where someone can live in it, where it's habitable, you've got the income. The greatest risk that you have to your income is if people people stop coming to Southern California. How many of you believe in your lifetime everybody's going to leave Southern California and nobody's going to be coming here?
No.
It's not going to happen. People are coming to California, particularly Southern California, from all over the entire planet. I mean, that is not it's not just Mexico, all the way through Central and South America, the Pacific Rim, the Asian countries. You go to, you look around. I mean, Russians want to come here, right? India, I mean, it's all over the world, literally. People want, and in this country, the combination of weather and opportunity is too great. So the demand to be here is just not going to change. That's why we can do this. We can do this forecast with a level of accuracy that no one else can do.